Hi, David Grieve here. Last video we spoke about morning routines and how we can set ourselves up for success. Let's talk about how our daily routines and habits can be working for us or against us. I'll run through a few typical days of a lot of people that I am in communication with and myself historically as well, where we get up just on time, rush our breakfast down, rush and get ready, rush out the door, rush to work, rush to drop the kids off at school, get in the office harassed, start our day behind the eight ball, catch up all morning, go and complain with some colleagues, rush about in the afternoon, rush home, rush for dinner, and then eventually sit down at night, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, whatever it is, for eventual half an hour peace and quiet and watch The Box. I think a lot of people can relate to that very generic scenario. But how about if we change our routines and habits? We formulate a morning routine where we get up earlier, we give ourselves the headspace, we do our stretching, we get ourselves ready for the day, we plan our day, we ease ourselves into the day with some time so that we're more relaxed. And I'll give you a few things that I brought into my routines that have really helped me manage my days a lot better and be a lot more positive and ultimately happier throughout the day. So one of the things that I did after my morning routine is I would then use my commute to work, and I still do, wherever I'm working, whether I'm staying in a hotel and I'm 5 kilometres away, whatever, I use that morning commute for running or cycling. Now I know a lot of people can't really do that, but you could park your car further away, you could get there early and go a walk before you go in the office. There's ways that you can put this in your daily routine, that you can manage to do this before. And the walk in the fresh air just helps you create some space in your mind and gives you some time between home and going to work. So this one for me is generally about 20 minutes, half an hour before I get to the office or wherever I'm working at that time. The second one is arrive at your job or your workspace or university or wherever it is you're going with as positive an attitude as you can possibly muster, and with the intention that you're going to do your best. You're going to give as much value, you're going to deliver everything you can, you're going to do the best that you can do. You've probably got too much on your plate, you've probably got too much to do. That won't change the actual scope itself, but try and have the attitude that you will do everything you can and the best you can to deliver what you have to deliver. On top of that, go into your work with the intention of helping somebody in your workspace without them asking. So whether it's a colleague that you know that struggles with certain things, whether it's a new start that needs some help and guidance, whether it's somebody who's just generally overloaded that you can help out in some way, even if it's just not normally your task, go in with the attitude of identifying these opportunities that you can help. In doing so, you'll find that aside from it being reciprocated at other times, which can help you out, it generates a really high positive energy in yourself. As human beings, we naturally want to help other people, and it generates a very good environment for your space. It bounces off other people, and you'll find that your general environment will improve with regards to positive energy and attitude. When you're in your office, and this sounds very simple and straightforward, it's very well known, but every 45 to 60 minutes, make sure you stand up, stretch. Don't be embarrassed to stretch in front of the office. Go a light walk. Take at least 2 minutes away from your chair, standing, stretching, arms up, arms out, shoulders. Try and move your back. I use a standing desk. Through years of suffering, I eventually realised that standing was better for me. If you can get a standing desk, I highly recommend it. But if you're sitting all the time, understand that when you're sitting all the time, your body's slouching. Most people don't have really good posture sitting down. It's difficult to keep it for long periods of time. So stand up, move around, and when you're moving around, go and get a glass of water and take a glass of water every 45 to 60 minutes. There's no reason why anybody in any employment shouldn't be able to do that. Secondly, make sure that you get out the office for at least 10 minutes twice a day. I generally take 20 minutes twice a day. I justify it and I go a walk around the block, or I get some fresh air and just to give my head some space from the constant stress of the typical day. On top of those, what I've found is that if you have a heavy load of emails and you're constantly answering questions all the time, and then you've got some meetings set up in this type of working environment, and the initial answer is always you don't have much time for this, but if you don't have time for this, it's really more important that you start doing this, because you should be able to generate these times. So before transitioning from emails to meetings or meetings to emails, make sure you give yourself a blank 5 to 10 minutes. And that's just to let go of whatever you were doing before and try and put yourself in the right mind space for moving on to your next tasks. You'll find that you'll become a lot more productive. It's never a good idea to be doing emails for 2 or 3 hours and then straight into a presentation or a meeting where you've got to fire back on a subject that was totally different from the 200 emails that you've just been answering. So try and give yourself that space in between those two changes. And the last tip that I'll give you that I introduced that became a massive help for me, at the end of your day, when you've travelled home, whether you're driving, taking the car, running, cycling, doesn't really matter. And I know there's situations you pick the kids up and you get back. But whatever way you can, make a space, whether it's before you get your children or before you go in the house or whatever, to have 5 to 10 minutes and just try to close your eyes and relax and let go of the day before you enter your new space. By doing so, you'll become a lot more patient and tolerant. And what I found is that you actually look more forward into going to the next space rather than taking all the inertia and all the tired energy and stress from your day. It doesn't disappear completely, but it helps you put yourself in a better space for greeting your family and preparing yourself for a much more relaxed and pleasant evening. I'll keep this for those tips for now. I hope this serves you today. I'll say bye for now. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, reach out to your loved ones, let them know how much you love and care.